Hi, my name is Austin Hale. I'm a junior catcher on the Stetson baseball team, and I'm also a captain. So last year we had a pretty legit team going into the spring season. High hopes, high expectations, and it kind of didn't go that way. We kind of struggled during the whole year. We really, didn't do really well. We were just very consistent, floated around the 500 mark, and so before the tournament, being in the tournament, you have to be at least one of the 6 seeds, and luckily we made it to the 6th seed. And our coach was preaching about, having a chip in a chair. And the chip in a chair means like if you're doing poker, you pretty much just have a spot on the table and you can win. So that's kind of like how we felt going into the conference tournament. And the whole year, I kind of struggled at first, and I, eventually came, to what I thought I would be. And I started hitting well. I hit 267 over the whole year, 2 home runs. I threw out the most runners in the Atlantic Sun, and I had a great year behind the plate. I only had 2 errors, fielded like 998, which is very good for a catcher. And my catching was fine. I was just hitting, and I think that'll really take me to the next level if I really want to get drafted. I think I have the catching there. It's just about hitting. So we've been going through like a month of practice, and we've been doing individuals and stuff. So we haven't really had practice. And we started practice, and we went into fall break, and a couple teammates and I went up to University of Florida to visit one of my best friends, and we went to my buddy's river house, or my other buddy's friend's river house, and it was slippery stairs early in the morning, and on the stairwell was covered in water, and I slipped on it, and I raced back, and I felt a pop in my shoulder. And at the time, I didn't really think anything of it. I was, we made a joke, limp noodle, but and I could do push-ups, I could do shoulder press, I could do that, and went back to school, and I told my trainer that it kind of felt weird, and it doesn't feel the same, and he's like, well, we'll do this test, and it's called the O'Brien's test, and you put your hand up, and you push against it, and it's this stuff, and it popped out again, and I mean, it was excruciating pain, and he said, yeah, there's something there, but he said it might just be an unstable shoulder, so I was optimistic. And we had practice, and he's like, let's just see how it feels. So it was fine catching everything, and I took some swings, and on this third swing was a high pitch. I kind of swung up, and I felt on the back swing it pop out. And I mean, it was just painful, and I was like, all right, it's done. I knew something was up. So we ended up getting a doctor's appointment, but the good thing is that it wasn't, I guess in a way, it wasn't through Stetson, so I could go to whatever doctor I wanted, and I got in quicker than I would have if it was through Stetson. So I got all my reports, like I did the pre-op or the doctor's meeting to see what it was. Then I had an MRI arthrogram. Then I had a follow-up meeting, and then I had the surgery within 2 weeks. And it came back as I had a tear in my labrum from like on the clock from like 7 to 11:30. So that's the anterior, which is the front, and all my ligaments were torn off too. So I had surgery. It was fine. Next couple days were rough after the surgery. I was in a sling for a month. I had to sleep in a recliner. And one of the things I told my coach is, I went to his office and I said, hey, I have torn labrum, obviously. And, he was a little frustrated just because, I was supposed to, I'm going to have a great year regardless, but, kind of this in the fall, you want to get with the team, play with them, and that kind of put a damper on that, but I told him I would promise him that I would not be a cancer to the team, especially as a captain, because that's important that the team doesn't, think that I'm losing hope. They want to believe that I'll be back out there, and I believe that too. So it was a very good experience in a way to kind of mentally get stronger because, now I've faced almost the worst thing, injury in the sports world, besides family and stuff like that, is in the sports world is, injuries and rehabbing back, and, I faced it, and now, it's a lot. It's a tough road, but the fall has been, unbelievable in aspect. I was coaching, I was facilitating, I was helping out with the catchers, getting them better, and I think that's what it's all about is like the whole teamwork and coaching and kind of, being a positive, person to the team, and I think that really helped with my mental side of baseball. And then now I'm rehabbing, and it sucks. I'll be honest. And, it's painful. It's not fun, but I think every day it's, for me, I enjoy the fact that I can get better, and at least it's nice to see improvement. And I think it'll be the most exhilarating and best feeling when I get on the first game and I do, I play and I have no pain and it's awesome. And it makes me enjoy baseball a lot more. You don't realize how much you miss something until you don't have it for a little bit. And I think people take that for granted. And I don't know if I necessarily took it for granted, but I definitely didn't know how much I love baseball until I didn't have it. And I think it'll be one of the best feelings in the world when I play the first game.